audible? Okay. All right. Everybody can see the presentation. Okay. Please write your attendance in the chat box, everybody. All right. So yesterday we finished with the planning principles. Today we'll start with the steps involved in planning process. Now, as we have said, that planning is a process. There obviously are various steps involved in any process. Okay. So here also, when we are planning, there are various steps that have to be planned. Okay. So the first is perception of opportunity. Now, perception of opportunity is not actually a step involved in the process. It is necessary. But it is necessary to know or have knowledge of opportunities and options for the success of planning. So we do need to understand what are the available options, or what are the available courses of actions that we can take up and do in case of any creating any plan. So what is the information that is available to us, and what do we need to keep in mind? Okay, so we analyze the information that we collect. Now, information will be related to what has been happening, what has caused the problem, the situations, plus the prescribed rules that we had set up for dealing with such situations. Okay, old files, records, experiences, observations, etc. We collect all the kind of information that is needed or can help in solving the problem or planning for a better situation. Next, we come to planning premises. After the organization's goals are set, the planning bases are prepared. The basis of planning includes all external and internal conditions that can affect the planning process and implement the plan. The external basis of planning are various components of the environment like economic, political, social, provision, cultural and competitive. Internal basis mean resources, functioning, organization structure, etc. of the organization. The plan is decided keeping in mind the harmony between these internal and external grounds. So we see what is the scope of planning, or what are the things that we need to base our plans on. Okay, so here there are two bases that have to be considered: the external basis and the internal basis. So basically we are covering the internal environment and the external environment. Okay, next, moving on, identification of alternatives. So we have discussed this point many times now while discussing decision making and planning. So different options are identified keeping in mind the goals and planning grounds of the undertaking. Okay, they should be tested after finding, identifying and limiting their number on the basis of utility. So we need to develop alternatives. Now this can be done by various things or various techniques. Maybe we develop alternatives based on past experiences of similar situations, or by recommendations of experts, or by brainstorming. Okay, so we develop alternatives. Alternatives means various courses of actions or various solutions to a problem. Once we have identified the alternatives, those alternatives need to be evaluated, which one is better, which one is not. Okay, so we evaluate the alternatives, then choose the best alternative. Obviously, we will see which alternative would turn out to be the most favorable to achieve the objectives that we had determined. Okay, then once we have chosen the alternative, we develop the plan. Okay, so once we have decided what we want to do, after that we start to create the plan. Okay, for example, here the problem may be that we all are bored from the lockdown and we need to do something with the family and friends. Okay, so then we find out various alternative ways in order to kill this kind of boredom. So either we decide to go for a movie, but okay, then going for a picnic, going to meet other relatives or friends. Okay, so these can be the various alternatives. Then we evaluate these alternatives and see whether which alternative is the best. Okay, so we cannot go to the movie because the theaters are not open till now. Okay, then we cannot go to relatives' houses because it is not right to meet a lot of people or visit somebody else's home. Okay, because of the pandemic situation. Then the only choice we have left is to go for a picnic. Okay, so once we have decided the best alternative, we develop a plan. Now we have to plan for the picnic. Okay, so formulation of supporting plans. So once the plan has been developed, the ultimate plan of going to the picnic, we want to create supporting plans, like when we should go, how we will go, how the others will coordinate with the timing. Okay, what will be the place of visit, etc. Then establishing sequence of activities. So what has to be done in which sequence? Like we have to firstly prepare food for going to the picnic, then others will come, who will bring what. Okay, whose responsibility is to take care of what things or what task. Alright, so the tasks are divided. So sequence of activities, or which step has to be done first, which step has to be done last, all this has to be decided. Then securing participation of employees. So once we have developed the plan, we have laid out the sequence, what has to be done after what, we have to inform the participants. So participant means people who are going with us to the picnic, and here we have mentioned employees because obviously we are talking about or discussing about creation of a plan for an organization. Okay, so the employees or the participants need to be informed and have to be discussed with all these plans and sequence of activities. Okay, and lastly, cooperation, implementation and follow up. So once we have done everything, we need to implement the plan and cooperate with each other in order to make the plan a success, and follow up whether the plan is working out towards achieving the objective or not. Okay, if there are any discrepancies, we need to alter the plan. Okay, so these are the steps. Next, coming to type of planning. So types of planning, there are various types of plans that can be developed. First is physical planning. In this, the setting of goals and the division of resources is not in the form of currency but in goods and materials. This is how planning is done in undertaking related to buildings and equipments, etc. So physical planning is division of physical equipments, tools, etc. or resources. Then functional planning is in relation to specific functional areas of management such as production, finance, marketing, etc. So based on various departments or functions to be performed in an organization, different plans are developed. Alright, next moving on to extensive planning. If the problem of the whole undertaking is if there is a related planning, then it is called detailed. Extensive planning, basically here there's some writing mistake, but extensive planning is planning in detail, nothing else. So we have in this kind of planning, we plan for every minute detail that should be kept in mind, so that there is no chance of any risky situations. Next we come to general mixed planning. This includes the key elements of the above three types of planning. Not all types of schemes are clear from the classification. So Terry is the person who has given the classification. Therefore, we are briefly explaining the types of schemes on the following grounds. So based on various bases, Terry has divided or classified mixed planning. Okay, so on the basis of time, there are short-term plans. Okay, short-term plans. These types of plans are daily, weekly, monthly, quarterly, or yearly goals, and problems are solved. Plans are created. Okay. Then medieval plans. The duration is basically more than 1 year, 2 years to 5 years. Okay. Long-term plans are more than 5 years. Perspective plans, this type of plan is prepared for long term. To be sure, such a plan does not involve subtle things, but rather roughly gets goals and avenues from 15 to 25 years. Okay, so perspective plans are basically more than long-term plans. We develop a sort of vision for the future. Okay, so like where do we want to see our company or organization in the next 20 years, 25 years? That is a perspective plan. Okay, then depending on level of management or basis of management level, high level plans, these type of plans are related to top managers or these include objectives, goals, policies, methodology, budgets, etc. related to the entire venture. Okay, then middle level plans are done by middle level managers in relation to their departmental goals. Then lower level plans, these schemes are related to supervisors. They contain data related to work and material taken from employees. Okay, then on the basis of, these are very simple things, so I'm not explaining anything. In case anybody does not understand something, you can ask. On the basis of limitation, scheme can be divided into two parts depending on the scope of work. So internal schemes, this is related to internal activities of the enterprise, like organization pattern, quantity and variety of production, etc. Then Activities related to outsiders such as transportation, these are external activities. Why is there so much? Okay. So external activities are related to outsiders such as transportation, marketing, government department. And public related things to the undertaking. Such schemes have specific content. Okay, so based on for whom we are planning, for internal schemes or for internal plans, there are different things that have to be kept in mind, or different types of plans to be developed, okay, related to the working of the organization. And external schemes need different types of plans, like plans to deal with the external environment, like government, marketing, customers, transportation, etc. Okay. Then on the basis of utilization, so utilization or usage of plans. So here there are two types: single use plans and reuse plans. Single use plans, this type of plans is used only once, such as a special plan or a program. For a special reason we created a plan for some kind of a project that is going on for one time. Okay. Reuse plans are policies or rules that keep on being followed or on a regular basis. Okay. Then other kinds of plans, what are they? Over time, other types of schemes are coming up, such as first, declared plan. This type of plan is not voluntary but is imposed by another authority. For example, the government may create some kind of a policy or rule, so they have to plan for that as well. Okay. Then request based scheme. Plan which is prepared at the request of someone. For example, it may be the request of a customer to customize their product. Okay, a supplier's special request to act in a different way, or create a different kind of a supply chain. Okay. So basically, this plan is developed only when a request is raised by some or the other party involved in the business. Then renewal plans, renovation plans. Okay, these are very self-explanatory. I don't need to explain. Improvement plans based on improvement of the organization. Okay, any kind of corrective measures that need to be taken. Then development plan related to any area or the overall development of the organization. Okay, these are very simple things. Then importance, you can just go through the importance. These are all the points that we have already discussed in the previous slides, like improvement in competitive situation, why we need to plan. So we need to compete, and that is why we need to be ahead of the competitors and plan. Okay, lessening of uncertainties, decrease in cost, all these things. So I'm not explaining any of that. Okay, then comes limitations. Okay, so limitations. This economy, it is said by many managers that it takes a lot of time, labor and money in the formulation and execution of these schemes, whereas organization gets very little benefit from it. When the cost of employment exceeds the saving or benefit derived from it, it becomes a burden for the organization. So here, the first limitation or drawback of planning is that we spend a lot of resources and time and energy on planning things, but there may be times that we do not get the desired benefits from those plans. Okay, the plans may not work out. It is a possibility. Okay, so that is one situation. Then, cause of destruction. The plans of business firms are based on various economic forecasts. Okay, the institution's plans prove to be financially disastrous for the institution if there are errors in the forecast. For example, an organization prepared a large plan for its expansion and spent crores of rupees on the establishment of new plants based on the assumption that revolutionary technology changes will not happen in the near future. But as soon as the expansion plan is completed, it is then revealed that the firm is by the technology of installed plant is outdated. In such a situation, the organization has to suffer a lot of economic loss. So, cause of destruction. So, planning can also be a cause of destruction. How? Our planning is based on a lot of assumptions or forecasts. Okay, we assume or we try to judge the future and act according to it. Okay, or plan according to it. There would be times when our forecast or assumptions may not turn out to be true. Okay, and in such a situation, for example, the example that we have taken here that I read out to you, in this kind of example, what they did is they planned for expansion and they based their planning on the assumption that there will not be any kind of revolutionary changes in technology. Okay, and they expanded their business. But as we know that technology can change at any point of time, so that was a very bad forecast or a wrong forecast, which caused a lot of loss to the company. Then, lack of participation. Some critics believe that it is not possible to make all the employees partners in planning. Okay, so there may be chances that we do not plan according to everybody in the organization, or every entity or every party involved in the organization or being affected by the plan may not be involved in the planning process, which may cause discomfort or unrest situation. Alright, for example, maybe the top managers plan to increase the production, and for that they make new rules to increase the number of working hours. Obviously the employees will not be comfortable with it. Then, external elements like society, government, etc. also influence the success of planning. The managers can easily estimate the internal elements of his or her organization, but it is almost impossible to make predictions about the external elements. Consequently, external elements limit the importance of planning. Okay? So, external elements are cause and effect on the plans. We plan according to what is the current situation. Okay? But situations may change in the future. Like nobody judged that it would be such a bad situation because of the pandemic this entire year. Okay, so this was an external environment factor or external element that impacted the business in a very adverse way. Then, lack of sufficient flexibility. Another difficulty in planning is lack of adequate elasticity. In the absence of elasticity, the managers are devoid of enthusiasm and they are unable to take full interest in the work of the enterprise. The managers are obliged to work according to their determined policies, procedures and programs, even if there is a need to amend it according to the circumstances. Okay, so lack of sufficient flexibility once the plan has been created. For example, the top managers have created the plan, or the top level has created the plan, and all the other levels have to follow it, but it may not be true to the current situation. The situations may change and there would need to be constant updation of the planning. So constantly updating or taking recommendations of the top management is very difficult, and so the plans cannot be changed without their approval. Okay, so lack of sufficient flexibility is there, and which causes the managers to act according to the plan, but the plan may not work out correctly. Okay, so we'll stop here. Okay, because I'm not feeling well, I'm not able to take it any further. I'll explain the rest of the points in the next class. Okay, so if there's any problem with whatever we have studied up till now, please, if you have any doubts, please ask or mail me. Okay, so we'll stop here. I'm not feeling well. Okay, so now we'll have a class on I think Tuesday, because Monday would be off. Okay.